I am to do my review about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 7, Episode 15. I'm a little late, but it's okay though. It's all good. Okay, it starts out with Apollo. He made a Twitter shout out and a short vid that he had made it to his destination in prison, which is very sad. And he says something that he made it to his destination and he's going asunder. You know, my heart goes out to him, but my heart goes out to Phaedra and the kids more. And I really hope that Apollo, does well in prison, especially with good behavior. He can get out early. We don't know. We just have to wait and see. Personally, I really don't think he's going to do all the 8 years. Okay. All right. So that's with Apollo. That's how it first started out. It came on like that. And I actually wrote notes this time because sometimes I have brain farts and I don't even remember half the stuff I was, when I'm making my review. Anyway, Phaedra is shaken out of the resort and she's returning home because, she's checking out the resort. She says she feared for her safety, and she's saying that Aiden needs therapy, which I agree with that. And then Dylan is too young. He really doesn't know, what's really going on. So what else? She arrives home and she says it's bittersweet. She's resilient and she's a strong woman, which I agree with her. And she's very intelligent, and I applaud her in her successful career as an attorney, especially in Atlanta, Georgia. It's really tough living in Atlanta. I lived there for like a few years and it was like, wow, dog eat dog when I was there in the 80s and 90s. Anyway, moving right along. So Phaedra went back home and she was relieved. She said Apollo was acting up, so she had to take the kids, snatch the kids, and go live in the resort. All right. Now, the crazy thing with that is that Phaedra said the house wasn't blessed anymore. A lot of crazy things happened. Apollo went through the home and he apparently punched holes in the wall and said that he was going to kill her. He was going to burn the house down, all kinds of stuff. And he actually told Aiden about his situation. Aiden is really young, and Aiden was crying for his father. Please don't take my father. Please don't take my father. That's what Phaedra was saying. So Phaedra calls the apostle over there, her preacher, and the preacher's wife. I don't know who these people are. I didn't catch the name when they showed it on TV, but okay, he was going to the house, getting rid of the crazy demons, giving the house blessings, and I'm all for that. I'm all for it. The preacher was getting down, going to house, giving shout outs to run the demons away, until he stopped and said, "Fix it, Jesus." That seems so fake to me. I mean, I'm like, really? That kind of turned me off. That really turned me off, okay? That turned me off. And I kind of feel like that was on script then. I'm not saying that he's not a preacher or anything, but it's just like, either he's going to run the demons away or he's going to piss them off. So we'll know in a few whether he ran the demons away or pissed them off. Okay? Moving right along. Let's see here. Now, something that Phaedra said, it really was funny, but then again, it was really serious. She was talking to Kalisha, who's her best friend, the young lady that stuck by her through all this more than any of the other girls. And Kalisha's just like, I don't know if she's her assistant or works with Phaedra or what. I don't know what her position is. But anyway, I know her name is Kalisha. And she was telling Kalisha that she wanted to kill Apollo with her own hands, cremate him, and then embalm him and flush him down the toilet. Okay? I mean, that's serious talk there. All right. Whew, that's a lot. Anyway, and then it goes on into Candy Burris and Todd Tucker. Now, Todd arrives from California because last episode he said that he was a week from the day that she went to tape her movie, that he'd be home. So he stayed in California an extra week. And then he comes home, he walks in there, Candy's with 2 of her staff members, and she has to beg him for a hug. Hey, come here, give me a hug. He should be running to her. I think, oh my gosh. Come on now, bing, bing, bing. Bells and whistles go off. I don't think he wanted to come back to Atlanta. Oh my gosh, she had to beg him for a hug. And they're just newlyweds for 6 months. Come on, people. Come on. And then one of Candy's assistants said, the male assistant, I don't know what his name is, he says, well, they was discussing what was the next topic on Candy Coated nights, and they say Spice Up Your Life show, okay? And then they start discussing about Todd having sex or whatever, blah blah blah. And one of her assistants says nobody wants to see Todd in his cocker spaniel ways of humping. Isn't that weird? Even they don't want to hear it. So they walked out. They left. Well, we gone. Bye bye. And then Todd says to Candy, "Where do you get those people from?" Oh, really? They try to play that off. But those people are too much in their sex life, in their business. Her sex life is just like, she's telling everybody she's not getting none from Todd. They're not having sex. I mean, it went from 2 times a week to 1 time a week to 0 times a week, okay? And they're only married 6 months. Something's wrong. Either he's cheating on you or he just don't want you, okay? Most likely he's cheating. And you're not a 25-year-old or younger woman, Candy, so you should know what's up. Anyway, Candy starts saying, well, we haven't been grinding lately, and when we were in LA, you were the ass. She tells him that, and he kind of like stretched his eyes like, damn. And she said, you know, we need to talk. And he said, what we need to talk about? We need to go to therapy, and we need to discuss love, the sex part, and business. And then immediately Todd jumps into my, how are our finances? Okay? He got his mind on finances and not romance. And that's another bing, ding, 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 ding. Bell goes off. Whistles. Wake up. So, she says she don't want to be his homegirl. She wants to be more like his wife. But he's treating her like, you know, the chick on the side. I mean, we all got it. We all know what's up. I got to take a sip of this Frappe here. Okay, moving right along. Okay, they say they want to go to counseling. She said there's no sex, and we got to talk about business. He jumps to talk about finance, and then she says, well, I know my finances is good. And he looking like, You can look in his eyes like, You know, it's kind of something wrong here. She should have waited 5 years instead of just 2 years to marry him, because it's more that she don't know about him. She didn't get it all out in 2 years. So maybe you intimidate him a bit, being successful, more money than him. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, girl. Anyway, he goes on and says, okay, he wants to go to counseling. But to me, that's crazy. 6 months of marriage? I wouldn't be talking about counseling. We need to go pull out a big calendar. Come on, let's pencil this in. What days do you feel like we do it? Mondays? No, Monday's a bad day for everybody. Wednesday is good. Wednesday hump day. 2 times on Wednesday hump day. And then Friday night, hump, hump, hump. Okay? Pencil it in. Whew. I'm interested to see who this counselor going to be. Probably I think they showed a little bit of her, who she is, but she don't need to be in their business. Whew, that's crazy. Anyway, they agreed to counseling. So I'm interested to see how this goes, okay? Oh, and another thing, he said he didn't want to make love to a girl in a bonnet, okay? She was in a bonnet before they were married, but a bonnet turns him off. And he compared her. He said he's not Tyson, what was his name? Tyson Bedford, and she wasn't Rihanna. And she said, well, she wasn't Rihanna, and he wasn't Idris Elba, okay? This kind of talk is weird. 6 months into the marriage, they should have known who they resembled or what parts turned them on and turned them off. The bonnet and everything should have been discussed after 2 years of marriage, and he put a ring on it like she says. Believe me, she is nothing like Rihanna, and he is no comparison to Idris Elba or Tyson Bedford. He's his own man. He looks nice, and she looks good. Okay? But when they start comparing themselves to fake people, those fake people that they compared themselves to, all of them are fake. Their bodies are fake. The men have fake chests and fake calves. The girls have fake boobs. Rihanna has fake boobs, fake butt. So don't even compare yourself to them. Alright? But anyway, that's another bing, 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 bells and whistles goes off. They're not even attracted to each other anymore. They're in fantasy. They're wanting one of these people that's in, you know, a higher status in Hollywood. A supermodel, male model, he's compared to, an actor. And Rihanna, I mean, who can get that Barbados shape? Wake up. So I think they're going to be headed for divorce soon. It's a shame, but it's going to happen sooner than we think. And then he asked her, would you marry me again? And she goes, yeah, right off the bat. Of course, yeah, she gonna marry him again. And he said, please don't ask me that. And she goes around and asks him that, and he just looked like her like, really? The look on his face was like, really? You think I'll marry you again? Oh my gosh, that's a bing, bing, bing. Whistles and bells goes off. Jeez. 6 months of marriage, and it's already sad. That is so sad. But I'm interested in seeing how it turns out. Okay? Okay, I got 10 minutes and 39 seconds down. I want to do this under 15. Come on, let's move on. Back to Cynthia. Cynthia meets up with Claudia and, in Kenya for some wine tasting. And during the wine tasting, Cynthia blurbs it out to Kenya and Claudia that, hey, Phaedra supposedly has been cheated with Mr. Chocolate. You know, Claudia's, you know, not saying much, but Kenya went off. She was crying and boo-hooing because she said the audacity for Phaedra to be calling her a whore for the past 2 or 3 years on the show. She's a whore, her vagina's torn up, everybody's screwed up, blah, blah, blah. And then Phaedra has a man named Mr. Chocolate she's been dealing with, and she can't wait to get off the plantation. And that means that when Apollo gets his ass in prison. And Kenya is just like, she just went off. I don't blame her. Kenya's crying, and Kim, wait a minute, she just spilled tea all over herself, as she says it. She got upset. Spills tea all over herself. That's what she said. That's the saying. She just said she can't believe that Phaedra been calling her that, and she's been the whore the whole time and married. Okay? So that was that part with Cynthia, Claudia, and Kenya. Okay? Now, but I'm interested in knowing who's Kenya's chocolate, Mr. Black Prince, or whoever he is. I'm really thinking it's Eddie Murphy. That's just my mind going off and thinking. Okay? I'm just interested to know who Kenya's African prince is, and I'm thinking it's Eddie Murphy. And that's just me talking. I could be wrong. Okay? Let's just keep it like that. Anyway, then again, Phaedra, again, she's home. Oh, I skipped that part. You know, she was saying how it is. She fight for her sanity, and she's, you know, single mom with 2 kids. And that's, I tied that in with the house blessing, so I already covered that. Peter and Cynthia. And we get to the good part now. Peter and Cynthia. Peter home. He's getting sick. He asked Cynthia, "Where you going?" And she's straightening out some stuff. She's got all kind of stuff in there she hadn't even worn yet. She bought stuff. She hadn't even put shoes on. And then she tells him, well, I got a dinner date with the girls tonight. And he says that, you know, that's some woman stuff. Y'all want to meet up with each other and then you bite each other's heads off. Peter know it. Peter much already gave her heads up. And so she had dinner with, she's told him that she had dinner with the girls. You know, Peter told Cynthia that Apollo showed Todd Tucker the same texts and pictures that he showed him. And so Peter and Cynthia were discussing, like, you know, that Todd showed Candy. But, you know, Todd and Candy, they probably said, we're not going to say nothing about this. I'm sure he did. And Peter was just covering, like, Cynthia, do you think Todd showed Candy? And Candy went back and told everybody else. So we don't know. It's only Cynthia. Cynthia got this, and she got to let this out. She got to get this out off her chest. She got to get it out. Okay? But then Candy, later on, Candy visits Phaedra. And Phaedra wanted to know why Candy was just like ghost during all this turmoil she was having with Apollo. I mean, Candy didn't give her a call or a visit or nothing. And Candy said Nene was just like her rock during that time, expressing her friendship, her condolences, everything. And Candy was just like looking like, oh, I can't believe this, you know. So Phaedra wanted to know why, you know, Candy, why you like that? You didn't show up or nothing. You never called me or anything. Now you come after he's gone. You know, Candy pretty much saying she got her own problems with her marriage, and her tour is canceled. So it's some things up in the air with her, and she got time to be running over to other people with their problems. She got her own problems to work out. Okay. Candy didn't want to talk about Apollo, but she, you know, I mean, not Candy, but Phaedra didn't want to talk to Candy about it, but, you know, it came out, you know, she told Candy how he said he wanted to burn the house down. They had to leave it before a resort. and all kind of stuff. The demons, she got the demons out of the house. So that was it. But at the dinner, okay, it looks like, see what we got here. Okay, let's get to the dinner part. Okay, I've already got 15 minutes and 15 seconds here. So, the dinner part. At the dinner, Cynthia couldn't get it out. Like, there is something going on, because everybody was asking about, you know, asking each other, how are you doing, what you up to? And then everybody got to Phaedra, how's everything? And, oh, it's nothing. And then Cynthia said, oh, there is something. Because Apollo told Peter, and Cynthia couldn't get it out. So Kenya had to jump in there and say, yes, there is something, and you're sleeping with Mr. Chocolate. And Phaedra said, who is Mr. Chocolate? The man you're sleeping with. And Kenya just gave it to her. Oh, Phaedra jumped up and almost knocked her out with the clutch. It was going to hit a slap with the clutch. It's going to be another knockdown and drag out. Okay. She lunged at Kenya, and Kenya like, bring it on. You'll be back in jail, just like Portia was. Okay. This is crazy. So one side of the girls went outside, and the other side stayed in. And the ones that went outside with Phaedra was talking, and Phaedra saying all kind of stuff. I'm gonna knock her ass out. She gonna get her ass slapped down. You know, she gonna get drugged tonight. So the other half that stayed inside, you know, with Kenya, Claudia, Demetria, Cynthia stayed inside. So all of them were together. They got up and went outside with Nene, Phaedra, Portia. Okay, and so they're like, you know, they want to know, you know. And then when they went out, you know, Phaedra talking about, she not bring her ass over here. I'm gonna knock the shit out of her ass. She better not bring her ass over here. That's crazy. Okay. And then they were still talking about Mr. Chocolate. They were saying that they don't want nobody to talk about them. But it's, you know, it's like when it was Kenya's, when they were all against Kenya, everybody was talking. Now the tables have turned. The tables have turned with Phaedra. The tables have turned, and Phaedra's talking about, drive me home. She can't drive home or anything. So Portia drove her home in this beautiful car. It looks like a Rolls Royce, a white Rolls Royce or something. I guess an African prince gave her that. We don't know who he is either. But anyway, this is so secretive. And then this is called Housewives, you know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but they got secret African princes. But anyway, that was the end of it. So that was dramatic, and I just don't know what to say. It's crazy. It's cray-cray. And I'm just going to post this tonight. And I got it under 20 minutes. This